Hey friends, last week you guys got a really good introduction into our research process. Research is going to be something that we continue on throughout the year. And it starts off very much the way that we've always done it. We've got a question, for our topic. We look for answers to that question. We might alter the way that we understand our question and continue to find more information. Eventually, we turn that into our notes, and then our notes get turned into a fishbone organizer, and then our fishbone organizer is going to get turned into some kind of response. Oftentimes it'll be writing, it could also be in the form of other projects. Let's continue that this week. You guys are going to use that same global issue, whatever your issue was. Instead of looking at it through the lens of geography, which is what we spent the first part of last week doing, you guys are going to choose a different core concept or a different area of global studies to focus on. And you're going to try to figure out which one would best fit. Those core concepts are history, government, economics, and cultures. What's in yellow right here? Now, keep this in mind. One of these is probably going to fit better than the others. For instance, if my research topic was about education in Afghanistan, okay, and I learned about how in Afghanistan the government there did not allow girls to go to school, and even right now, schooling is something that is not very accessible for girls. The topic or the topic of education in Afghanistan might fall really well under government. Okay, if I want to figure out what are some laws that are causing that, or let's say I want to talk more about the culture. Okay, what is it about the culture of what's happening in Afghanistan that might lead to that? Or it could also be a historical thing. What in its history has affected education for girls in Afghanistan? Whichever one you choose is probably going to be based off of your research that you already did last week. You're just going to try to dig a little bit deeper, okay, using the same process that we did last time. So take a moment and figure out which of these four leftover areas of global studies do you think you're going to focus on? Write that answer in. All right, after you have decided which direction you might want to go, could be history, government, economics, and cultures, let's look at our learning target. So today, you guys are going to be able to identify a core concept that could help you better understand your global issue. Okay. Essential question is still the same as it's always been. We're still trying to figure out how these core concepts help us understand ourselves and the world around us, especially our global issue that we decided to do last week. What core concept could help you better understand your global issue? So here are our options. Okay, we already did geography. You're going to have to choose one of these other four. Now, what I want you to think about is what you've already learned about your topic. Okay, so what role does the government play in your issue? Okay, if you think that government has a big part to do with your topic, that might be one you want to choose. If you think the culture of the people that live in that place plays a larger role, you might want to investigate culture. If you think it's an economic issue, something having to do with like the way that people get resources or have access to resources, okay, choose economy. Otherwise, history could be a good one as well. How did things change over time? What caused, okay, your issue to come about? Now, one of the things that you're going to have to do is start out your research with a question. So you can come up with your own question, or you can choose one of the ones that I've provided here, and you could even modify that if you want. So if you decide to do government, you could choose the one, what role does the government play in my issue? If you're doing culture, how does the culture of my location impact my global issue? If you decided to do economy, how is the economy in my location impacting my issue? Okay. Or the last one, what has happened historically with my issue or location that makes this an issue that exists? Okay. What events caused this issue to come about? Okay. Have you picked one question or core concept? Okay. Make sure that you've got that written down. All right, so you guys are going to be researching. And just like we did last time, I provided you some research links. Okay, though you're not limited to that, you can Google some stuff if you want. You're going to go into the folder and open up your research page. And your research notes assignment, you're going to open that up. It's going to look very similar to the one we already did, only this time you're going to look for an additional 4 sources that focus on that new core concept. All right, good luck.